Hey fragrance friends and enthusiasts, welcome back. It's Benjamin here at the Centaur Fragrance Channel chatting about another beautiful fragrance. And today, what we have on our hands is Je ne sais quoi from the house of Teo Cabanel. A beautiful French house, very good. I really like this house. They're very wearable. A lot of them are parfum. They do have an EDT line, eau de toilette, but the ones that I really like are the parfum concentrations, and they have a really great balance of wearability and also, having a quality about them, and the price is right. I think they do a lot of really good things really well. So Je ne sais quoi is actually my favorite. Again, the Cafe Cabanel is probably the darling and the most popular from the house, but this is probably my personal favorite. Let's jump into the notes and talk all about this beauty. First off, guys, ladies and gents, this is as honestly, this will surprise you. It smells like Rice Krispie. It smells like Rice Krispie cereal. It has a puffed rice note, and yes, it smells like rice cereal. It's quite lovely. It's quite inviting. It's really, really fresh in its own little way, with like smelling like you made some rice and almost like with some cinnamon, a tiny bit of some delicate cinnamon, and you put some vanilla in it. It's almost a gourmand fragrance. It's quite charming. It's quite likable. I really like this fragrance. I love the rice and quality to this. It's really, to me, quite enjoyable and light. It almost comes off as like a white wood kind of effect to the fragrance, and it's quite interesting as well. Again, this one might be daring for some because you're smelling like powder, like a fresh, a milky rice. Like this fragrance is very milky and creamy as well, and I really like those notes in fragrances. So if you like your milky fragrances, then you might also really want to try this one. So if you like the idea of something smelling like something like rice milk, you might truly love this one. There are other notes going on in this fragrance, some soft, delicate spices in the background. There's also a little bit of a tea nuance to this one, so it's also calming and meditative. And the tea is in the background, and there's also green matcha. And again, the matcha is more in the background, just like the tea. Again, the rice is what this fragrance is all about. The rice is in the forefront. The rice is what this one's all about. But again, the tea comes out more in the dry down, and honestly, the rice is more on the top and adds a creaminess and kind of goes into the background. And the tea and the matcha kind of come forward a little bit more in the mid and into the dry down. But they don't really overpower the composition. I really like the balance here. And again, even though you're thinking tea, maybe green tea, and you're thinking matcha, which is a green powder, this fragrance really isn't a green fragrance. It really doesn't smell like a green fragrance. I do want to put that out there. Really nice fragrance, calming and meditative. It will definitely bring you into that zen state. Also, because of the matcha, it doesn't smell like yuzu, but I do think that if you do tend to like a little bit more of an exotic twist, yuzu being kind of like an exotic citrus, almost like an exotic lemon. This fragrance doesn't have yuzu. I'm making a comparison. You might like this fragrance for a little bit of a unique twist on a fragrance, but yet being also wearable and very likable. So very nice fragrance. Also, it's not really a leather fragrance or a white leather fragrance, but I do have to say that I do get a little bit of that very, very much in the background of the fragrance, supporting the fragrance with this Teo Cabanel DNA, almost like I do with Barcane especially. I almost get a little bit of that in the background, but really nice fragrance. My favorite from the house, no doubt about it. Performance with this fragrance is about 8 hours. Again, these are parfum concentrations, about 20%. And it's actually pretty respectable performance. It's a fragrance, though. This one doesn't is a lot of the other fragrances I've talked about are on the average side. This one still is kind of on average, but it's on the lower side of average projecting. Even though I really like the fragrance, honestly, it doesn't project as much as some of the other ones do. But the sillage is still pretty respectable, and I still really like this fragrance for what it is and how it smells. It's a nice fragrance, and I do think that I think that it has a good amount of performance. It has a mysterious, because it's a little bit more reserved, and because it's a little bit more interesting to some people. It's not a smell that you come across every day. It also plays up into this idea of je ne sais quoi, something that's hard to describe, or hard to exactly describe, or something that's hard to talk about, something that almost has an air of mystery about it, and it kind of adds to that quality about this fragrance. So makes you, definitely adds an interesting and different kind of mysterious vibe. Instead of going dark and ambergris or something like that, something that's mysterious, this here has its own interesting twist on what a seductive or mysterious fragrance can be. So getting into that compliment factor, this one, it depends on your personality, but milky fragrances actually can be quite seductive, and milky fragrances are different, but can work wonders. So this one is really, really nice, guys. I love this fragrance. I adore it, and it works with my personality. A little bit happy and approachable, but yet there's something underneath. There's something deeper, something a little bit more complexity, and yet something calming. But yet there's rich. There's a little bit of depth to it. So this isn't. It's not going to get you as much compliments as blue fragrances or some of the aquatics out there, but does it do a great job? Yes. This fragrance is actually a bigger compliment getter than you would expect. I promise you that. If you get close to your special somebody, or if you get in an environment, where people can smell you, or maybe are a little bit more interested in you and having a conversation, this fragrance here will do a little bit of wonder, a little bit of magic for you. Je ne sais quoi. That's one reason I really like this fragrance. So, getting into my final thoughts, again, I'll link the fragrance down below, the website. I was trying to think of the word, and so you can try out this fragrance. You can, maybe try out some samples, get the Cafe Cabanel, maybe get the Je ne sais quoi, maybe get the Oh La La, maybe you like woody fragrances, try out the Barcane, and maybe some of the other fresher fragrances might entertain you. But anyways, great fragrance. The price is right with this house. I really respect the house for the quality they're putting out. And again, if you really like Byredo and you really like Gallivant and more fragrances that are a little bit more on the lighter side and the wearable side of things, and you like those qualities with those fragrances, you might want to try Je ne sais quoi. A really nice balance of notes and in fragrances. Really, really nice. We recommend you check it out. And you can check out more of the note breakdown as well on the website. So anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed my review here today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the work I do, if you like this channel, if you like everything that I'm doing, I make content hopefully that you like, and I put it out here for you. So please give back to me and help me out a little bit by liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that notification bell, sharing the video, and tell a friend. I'll see you next time, everybody. Peace out, and until the next video, I'll see you then. Wear what you love, rock out, peace, and bye.